I want to talk about the NHL scoring race. Do you guys know who is in the lead? Most goals.
Chris Kreider.
How many?
33?
33.
34.
47 games played, 33 goals. Torrid pace. Following that, Leon Draisaitl in 41 games has 31 goals. Ovechkin in 46 has 29. And Matthews at number 4, 39 and 29. So
he's coming up the rear, right?
Matthews? Yeah. Well, because I think he went 6 games without scoring or 5 games without scoring.
And
there he is.
Yep.
So Hey Shay on Twitter wrote an article today about Chris Kreider's pace and how, yes, it's not sustainable because if the pace keeps up, he'll score 58 goals this year.
He could score. I could see Chris Kreider finishing with like near 50.
I can too, the way he's scoring.
It's wild because I don't even think he's the best goal scorer on the Rangers.
No, I don't think so either.
I'd probably say that Zibanejad and Panarin being the best playmaker, but Kreider's an animal right now.
It's insane too because at number 5 is Alex DeBrincat, and his numbers are so similar to Kreider, right? All goals, no assists, right?
Yeah, they're all front of the net goals where they're just banging and crashing them in.
Yeah, and I'm just
playoff style
with Matthews, who is the reigning Rocket Richard Trophy winner. I felt like what we saw in Game 1 versus New Jersey was him going, "Okay, we're going to win this game now."
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. And I said, I remember saying out loud, I'm like, we are like an Austin Matthews slap shot away from being 4-3 here.
Oh yeah.
And it's just seems so automatic. So my question to you is, of the 4 I just named, and remember, Austin Matthews has played the fewest games of anybody. Ovechkin, Matthews, Draisaitl, Kreider. Who wins the Rocket Richard? The way too early prediction, Steve, Jesse.
I got Draisaitl.
Got Draisaitl.
Ovechkin, Matthews, Draisaitl, Kreider.
Oh, maybe I should have picked Ovechkin.
Oh.
I'm going to take Ovechkin.
Oilers are so hot and cold, but when they're hot, they get 12 goals in 2 games.
Insane amounts of points. Yeah.
Oh, man. And what, are the Leafs going to do better? They're 4th.
Right.
Oh. Ovi, give us one more.
Us
one more, old man.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ovechkin because that's what I'm rooting for.
Just because, just for the sake that he's like 30 million years old.
No, I want Matthews to hit 75, but continue.
He's the greatest goal scorer of all time, and I want to see him keep doing it.
Man, the other day in one of my memories, an article came up that I wrote about Ovechkin and how great he was historically. It's from 2015.
Mm-hmm. I remember you were one of the first people to talk to me about, hey, maybe he beats Gretzky's record.
Well, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, he's got to keep it going for a while. But we were talking about, he's got a legitimate shot at beating Gretzky if by this age and last year, he slows down to 30 a season. He's got 29 now.
In 46. So
he's been on pace to pass Gretzky, but that's only if he keeps up the pace. And magically, he's done that. It's unbelievable.
He's on pace to bury Gretzky.
Yeah, I think he's on pace for another 55 goals this year. Matthews is somewhere close to 60. Kreider's 58. Draisaitl would be somewhere in the neighborhood of Matthews. I think, to me, it's going to come down to the way it's going, because you got to remember, Draisaitl and Matthews have played 6 or 7 games less than the other guys.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to those two.
February is going to be big.
And if I'm going to give it to anybody on this one, I'm going to give it to Matthews, and I'll tell you why. The Leafs are just a more consistent team. And I think that's why I think he's going to get it. I think that the support system around Austin Matthews, not that he doesn't deserve it, he's an unbelievable goal scorer. I think Leon Draisaitl is going to win points. He's going to be the point leader again. I know Huberdeau's ahead right now, so nobody tell Alan I said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Austin Matthews is the Rocket Richard Trophy winner again. And he's also, remember, it's Mitch Marner setting him up.
God, they're good.
They are good.
They're so good. Well, and also the Oilers, I mean, isn't the whole thing with them they want to spread it out?
That's what they're trying to do. I don't know if that's possible. How are you going to spread it out when you've got those two?
You got Kane now.
By not playing them together.
Yeah. You do have Kane.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Hyman and Puljujärvi and Nugent Hopkins and you had one guy in there and it looks a lot better.
Yeah, he definitely changes things.
Yeah.
By the way,
I don't think that was ever the argument against him.
What Leaf has the most assists on the team.
It's not Marner. He's been hurt too much. Morgan Riley?
Morgan Riley.
Hey.
11th in the NHL in assists.
Wow.
33 assists. He has 38 points in 42 games.
Oh my God.
That's another
this
season we need to talk about. Like, score. Like, remember he had, what do you have, 70 points a couple years ago?
72. Yes. 72 and 20 goals.
Looking an awful lot like he might be able to do that again.
Yeah, man. And again, like we talk about how unfair starting goaltender in Toronto is, where if you're bad, you're a piece of shit. And when you're good, it's all right, good.
Mm-hmm. You're
Thanks.
doing your job.
Congrats on doing your job.
Mhm.
It's a little bit of Morgan Riley.
Mm.
Like he set that standard for himself, and now even if he gets back to it, people are just like, good, yeah, all right.
Yeah, being a top pairing defenseman on the Toronto Maple Leafs for the last 25 years has been a thankless job.
Yeah, sure
Either
has.
you're doing it right and good, you're doing it, or
Yeah.
if you're bad, we're gonna burn you at the stake.
Run you out of town, man.
Yeah.
Running you right out of town, right to Detroit so you can win a cup, Larry Murphy.
Yeah, people like talk about how like I've gotten more negative. Like people expect Morgan Riley to fail.
Yep.
Why? Based on what?
I think that no. I don't know if they expect him to fail. I think we always knew Morgan Riley could put up points. I think my concern was obviously the Leafs salary cap, and I've just kind of thrown that out the window. Who fucking cares?
Well,
They'll figure it out.
like,
They
what
clearly always do, so they'll figure it out.
What do people think top pair of defensemen are worth?
I think people think what's keeping him out of the Hedman discussion. It's clearly not the points. It's
he's not Hedman.
Well, he's not Hedman, but the Hedman is like the best defenseman in the league because he's so great defensively. And I think people are like, well, Morgan Riley's all great on the points, but what are the detractions from his defense? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Hedman is also the Nathan McKinnon of defensemen.
Yes, I 100% agree.
That contract's a one-off. He's 7.
I wouldn't even talk about the contract, just the skill.
Oh, just the
Yeah,
skill.
he's also the best of the best.
Yeah, no, he's the best
Like,
defenseman.
yeah.
It's
So I think people are like, okay, I think what they have is Morgan Riley. Okay, you want him to be the best defenseman. He's going to be the lead defenseman in the Leafs, really, because he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's not any good at defense. That's what his most intense detractors say.
yeah, but I think he's a little bit better than they say.
I would agree with that. I'm just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.